because we ain't just looking at one map right now. We looking at possibly 3, bare minimum 2, but potentially we could have 3 of them. We could have 3 maps in this series because it's the grand finals, baby, between Cat playing Free Fire and Diddle, Doodle, Do, who came out of losers round 4 in a 4-1 win on Sunshine. Speaking of Sunshine, the maps for this best of 3, we're going to be playing Snakewater and Process in that order. Yes, sir, we will be. And we haven't seen a lot of Snakewater today. We saw, what, 1 game earlier today? And that was it?
That was it.
Everything else has been Sunshine and Cough. So it's nice to see Snakewater back in here. Not looking too forward to the potential onslaught of last stalemates that I'm sure will be inevitable with these 2 fantastic teams showing up. And, you know, they're going to leave it all on the field tonight. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see if the Snakewater gods will bless us with a roll or will curse us with a stalemate central game.
Something magical, might I say? Something to go ahead and let us know, like, hey, you know what? These people are gonna do what they gotta do, and what they gotta do is let us know that they gotta do what they gotta do. It's Snakewater. We still hate this map. I hate this map. I dislike this map. I wouldn't say hate. Maybe hate's a strong word. I vehemently dislike.
Have a strong distaste.
I'm not that type of person. So, you know, go crazy, hate on the map. I mean, I am. That was a lie. I'm sorry. I just had to say it. But, you know, along that line, you know, I want to try to make myself humble, but it's not going to happen. This map is booty butt cheek. It's like, how would I put it? If you ever played Deadlock, it's like playing Ivy. But any other map is like playing Vicious. You know, it's just that big old green guy that can just move around anywhere. That is me. That is me when I'm not playing Snakewater. I'm allowed to go anywhere I want to. I'm allowed to go anywhere I want to. This map makes me sad. A matter of fact, anytime I play Snakewater, I'm not playing Team Fortress 2. I'm playing Chud Fortress 2. That's exactly what I'm doing. I can't do it.
Speaking of Chuds, you see the art that was on screen just a little bit ago. Nothing ever happens.
And
Danny Brain, baby.
That's why Connie about to have to give someone a kiss if someone win, though. Right on the forehead.
Oh, that's true. On a forehead. I thought it was one of those like on the cheek thingies. You know, you kind of like right on, like a greeting. But dang, on the forehead. All right,
nice handshake.
Ooh, a firm one, or like, you know, can we get like a limp, wet noodle handshake? Ooh, a firm one. Okay, I see you. We're going live. It's the first mid here of the grand final on Snakewater. Big bomb coming in from the soldiers on the side of, I believe this is Cat playing Free Fire over here. They both go down. Smile and Unled have it nothing to show for that bomb. Finnegan goes into Blue Saw, isn't able to pick up any kills for it, and it does look like Free Fire will keep their medicine friend alive and well. There just wasn't a whole lot that they could really make happen with that mid, especially after they committed their soldiers. They both died. Self-hacking just blew up. They have no demo on last here. They have even to make it a little bit more challenging to hold on to this.
This is definitely interesting, especially because we saw mid where the soldiers were about to be pretty strong in terms of their bombing, but the scouts from the side of Triple D, I mean, honestly, let's be real, the scouts from the side of Triple D have been playing kind of solid gameplay, have been playing solid TF2 the entire night. But what makes it even better alongside this case is that we're seeing now from how they went against Sat6, from how all these soldier combinations, these soldier bombs, they're just able to absorb it and just take everything that they have and throw it right back at them. But now we're looking at we're looking at pretty much even Ubers for the side of both teams. We see one off class right now on blue and right from pre-fire, and it is a heavy. We don't really see an engineer, which you do how it is, but when you're pushing Snakewater last and you got no gun, your heavy better be good at tracking, which we're seeing it right now. Leg in the air, managed to get a rocket, brings the med back to about 90, but nothing significant. They went ahead and sacked both their soldiers though, and even so, it still looks like they want to hold their ground.
I mean, I wouldn't be, I wouldn't blame him, honestly. I would not. pushing out of Snake Water last is a new kind of hell that I would not wish on anybody ever. But that doesn't stop Master Chief and Yasad from pushing it through lower. They're going to take that Uber. It's a solo demo Uber. The counter pop comes out from the side of Free Fire. They're going to get a lot of stickies down on the floor here, but they're only going to be able to pick up 1 kill for it. But that's more than what Diddle could pick up. And they might actually add a second one to that counter. Flip Finn again almost died, but wasn't collected. So that will maintain just 1 player down for the side of Diddle. And I'm almost guaranteed. Okay, or we can walk on all of the stickies that just got cleared from the bucket, I think. 2 players down for the side of Free Fire. Now this opens a big window for the side of Diddle to try and get in. They lost Finn again. Oh my goodness! Yasad takes down the Sentry, and a beautiful bomb takes down the Blue Medic. Oh my goodness!
And even with that, they honestly could still try to refight, but the position isn't going to put them in a position to where they can do so. Now, what we are looking at is full ad for the side of big, massive, huge from the team, yes, Triple D. Now, what we have to see here is that we have Fruit Punch on Sniper, and Shaw's going to be the only scout. So what's going to be imperative is in this kind of play, it would be imperative to see a Uber to where they go immediately deep, try to see if we can get picks, where they try to see if we get kills. But Shaw being the only scout alive and dying along with no fruit. Oh my God!
The point! Pay attention to the point! Oh my goodness! They almost backcapped. They almost had that. I cannot believe that. Oh my God. They almost lost from just not paying attention.
Oh my goodness gracious. They played back entirely. That was great from Pre-Fire. They took the initiative. They decided to play back. They said, you know what? You might be getting these kills, but we're going to kill your scout. And the sniper is also going to get heat checked as well. That is some great gameplay. And now we're looking at full ad for the side of Pre-Fire, looking to bust into mid. Now they just have to try to not use if they want to use it, try to take it in dry.
Yeah, I think trying to get it in dry here would be the most optimal thing to do. Hold on to that Uber, use it to push into second, but they're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to take the Uber into kitchen. Yibrow is going to be able to pick up Shaw, so it's not an all for nothing pop, but you'd really like to hold on to it. You'd like to be able to take that push back and retry it from another angle. But there's a lot of damage coming out onto Yasad, who's getting caught on the wall in lower, but nobody is able to chase. Unled got taken down, Self Hacking got taken down, and Smiley Face dropping a WTF in the chat because their med just did not die. And I mean, I don't blame him. Yasad should be dead, 6 ways from Sunday, but apparently he is still alive and well with 80% Uber, and now his team is looking to pressure in off of that. We may end up losing S here. He gets trapped on the doorway. He manages to find the way into Saw and pick up the pack. He's getting chased down by Fruit Punch here. He manages to swerve around through the gate and collect himself, managed to keep himself alive, link up with his beam. So now, yet again, we see Free Fire with the Uber ad, full Uber ad, as a matter of fact. But I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with it, at least for the time being. They're going to have to sit on second. They're going to have to wait for their spawner. And once they get their spawner, then they can start pushing. But they need to be careful. We have seen what their previous push was like, and they ended up using him through lower. So hopefully they will be able to hold on to the Uber for a little bit longer. But their ad is dwindling.
Slowly but steadily, their ad definitely is dwindling. What's going to be really important here from how we're kind of seeing it is that, even though they still have ad, they need the base. Oh my moon shoes. And he just keeps it at bay. We are going to see Master Chief probably lose his life as well, unless someone can save him. But his body turned into confetti spaghetti. And now we are seeing the likes of Pre-Fire make their way onto second, even though they are slow capping mid. Now, no one is going to get forwards except maybe Dolphin, which is going to be the case. But he does not see the stickies right in front of his feet. He think he can come out and bomb out like nobody got that bit. You know what I'm saying? Now, we are looking at both teams with even Uber, what's going to be really important is that they're kind of playing it like a Zad though from the side of pre-fire. They're definitely playing it like a Zad. And that is very scary because a counter Uber comes out. No one has died just yet, but the first pick is going to actually be from the side of pre-fire. It's going to be Smiley Face, and it's going to be S, who was just ideally on the floor. I understand what you were trying to do with that, but you had to be faster than that if we were trying to prioritize this Uber, especially now that we see the likes of people from... Wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone.
Hold the phone.
Guys,
hold up.
3v4,
your
but
brow.
it's going behind. Trying to threaten it is Y1. It's Diddle trying to see if he can bring someone to the floor into his domain. Exactly what he's trying to do. 74 HP. Make Fruit Punch 20 HP. Make him back up. Yeah, he wants someone in his domain. He wants people to look at him. He wants to threaten so many people back to him. It looks like that's going to be the case. He brings back 4, including Beam. But his team's not really able to prioritize off that. But what they are able to prioritize is if they're
getting that Uber.
If their med is really good at tracking, they could go for a heat check. We haven't seen it yet. We saw one that was almost close, but it all depends how good you are. But with Smiles dead, it kind of puts you in a position where you can't try so much.
There's a soldier behind. He's going in for the bomb. He lived 2 nice rockets, and they die with 96 Uber. 4 down. Yasad gets a sloppy on the self-hacking. Shaw takes down S. Shaw gets taken down by Yivral, but oh my goodness, it's too little too late. They've already lost their medicine friend. They've lost the Uber. There's no hope for holding on to mid there. They got to go. I don't even know if they can hold on to second here. I think the most they can do is have a Smiley Face try and get some kind of pick as they come in lower.
They did everything in their power that they relatively could do. They also were just really close trying to meet this fight where they had to give space to the player ad and to the positioning. Really do that in any case. Now we are looking at full ad for the side of Triple D yet again. Now, what went wrong in the last Ubers, we had an immediate Uber. We tried to spread out, and we haven't even used the Uber yet. We used it close to the door. We managed to kill the med. All damage done. The blue's going to be permanent. We see a heavy up, trying to get this kill onto the heavy. He's currently at 170. No one else is shooting him, but the scout's on point, but the demo comes on point too, and no one's shooting people on point. It's just the demo and Smile 30 HP, but they are going to go ahead and solidify the point now. Upper bracket advantage is actually right now in favor of Cat, so we are looking at a potential upset if this goes the way I'm thinking this could go.
Yeah, if this goes the way of Diddle winning the first map, this is a pretty big upset. All things considered, this will be a pretty big one. It'll give them a lead in the series, and it'll give them the opportunity to close this out, walk away with $300 to split amongst themselves. But as it stands right now, Cat looks like they're struggling a little bit. Free Fire seems like they're not having a good time. And oh my god, Master Chief with a beautiful pipe going to be able to take down stuff hacking, and Lev's going to go down. Yibrow going to go down as well. Master Chief dies to S, but it's too little, too late yet again. Finn bombs in, finds S as well. And it is just a slaughter. This is rough. This is very rough. Cat is struggling to really have any presence on these mids, and as soon as they get themselves into a position where they might be able to do something, they just get leveled.
Especially they're doing it to themselves because we're seeing people try to stay into a fight that is, if anything, losable. That turns from semi-decent to neutral to absolutely losable because of positioning and what the player ad is looking in favor of. Which, in the most case, a lot of these mids, or at least from the mids that we saw, it seems to be that Triple D kind of has it in favor. Now, Cat managed to get out. The Ubers are even, but the gun's dead. And now we did try to see a sack come out from Lego. She tried to go fast, but ultimately got caught out by Spam, putting him right immediately into the air. We see a recounter trying to go up and stretch, but Thofin is going to go ahead and tell Unled that he going to go ahead and put some lead in him. He going to unload this lead into Unled. You dig it? We're still looking at even Ubers along the line. And like I said, we did manage to get an engineer. We are going to get a gun. We weren't seeing a gun previously. And we're not really going to see any odd classes yet from the side of Triple D's. But gun goes down. Looks like we want to go for another side. Actually, we're just committing the team. We haven't even used Uber yet, and the team is already committed. We do see S trying to go ahead. We see Smile actually trying to go for a pick and some type of kill. He's 87 HP. He's going unchecked.
Oh, in comes Legos. He's up on top of the mat. He gets the force. A beautiful bomb over the top of the point.
And Yasad doesn't even have to use Uber. they managed to get out with just about everybody. So they did the thing. So they did the thing that I wanted them to do a map ago, where they wanted to utilize resources. But wait, they actually just want to refight. They're thinking like they're not gonna refight with 3, but they go in with 3. They're confident in their players if they're trying to go for an immediate refight in 3. They get this demo pick and post, then their players can just come in late. They can delay this fight as long as they need to and wait for the respawners. But they have to shoot the same things together, which is exactly what's happening. Everyone's focused on the demo, but no one's focused on Fruit Punch. A trade immediately happens. Fruit Punch take a 1v1 MG. The soldiers are already in. Soldier bomb and the flank scout back in, trying to go ahead and pressure play, and then the explosion!
Yeah, I think explosion is absolutely the right term to use there. Absolutely explosive last push there. Barely able to hang on. And for a brief moment, Cat was hanging on, but they're just struggling so much on Snakewater. And I'm wondering what made them pick Snakewater of all maps, because I'm not sure if they've played this at all throughout the day, but I guess we'll leave the speculation till after the game, as it doesn't look like Cat is really doing anything. They're not bombing. They're not really pressuring. They don't even have any height control, really. Now Unled gets forward and does some damage for the height, tries to get a little bit of space up there, but it's not really a lot. They drop down. They're just playing the long game here. This is a long mid. We're going for the spam game. And we do have Legos who goes down. Self-hacking, going to be able to find that kill. Now, Smile going for the fade. Good fade, all things considered, with Unled now inside of Saw, looking to pinch. He's getting onto the beam, does some damage, does a lot of damage to the scouts, manages to make the force happen. But there's 3 players down on the side of Cat, so even with this force, they have to give the space because they can't commit. They'll die to that Uber. They'll die to the force if they stay in, or they'll use their own Uber, which they really don't want to do in a situation like this. So they use their Uber on the side of Triple D, but now it's looking pretty advantageous for Cat. Hopefully they can find their footing here and get around on the board sometime soon.
You know, just when we're seeing the Smile have both soldiers actually go ahead and trade themselves out. Uber does get commenced, but Shaw, another person that's going to get picked off. But we do see some low health players onto the side of Cat now. A mid is commencing, a fight is happening, but it's actually dies, but we're threatening the back cap. All 3 of the players that can try to go ahead and stop that
Fruit Punch is coming in from behind. Fruit Punch is coming in from behind.
Fruit Punch did go behind, but they have to go back for this back capper. We do, and that back capper himself is going to be Thofin, which they're not going to go ahead. Oh, he didn't get the cap. It's so cappable. It's like barely there. Honestly, give your life for that cap. If I were me, I'll give that life.
If I'm me, I'm staying on that. I'm trying to get that cap 100% of the way, because the longer you can have them yank back and their own second, the longer your team has to try and build, try and set up on mid, try and have somebody ready to dive for the force as they come in. I'm dying to try and get that cap 100% of the way.
Now, you know, going into it here, we did manage to go ahead and still have Uber ad for the side of Cat. Now, they're going to go ahead and push in the second. They're going to go ahead and make some room. Someone from the side of Triple D might lose their life to see if they can trade a pick out, and it looks like it's going to be soldiers who are going to trade themselves out. But Legos also overstayed his welcome by being overcommitted. Now, there's no soldiers on last, which is imperative for a last hold. It's not absolute, but if you're trying to stop someone from being immediately on point, and you don't want your demo or someone else committing for it, you definitely need your soldier and your side disconnected from anybody is going to go ahead and get stopped right out the door. They're just cleaning kills left and right. All damage is permanent for the side of Red, as Red tries their best to go ahead and clean up kills. It's a 3v3 turning into a 2v2 right now. Lego, Fruit Punch versus Essence, Smile, and currently Fruit Punch going to be the one to determine the factor. Smile coming in 183, getting his med as well. Yasad stopping the and that's going to be a full wipe for the side of Cat. At the start, pretty solid Uber push at the start, but the one thing that got them, they ended on the low ground instead of a respective side, and that way Soldiers and more could just throw out whatever type of damage right onto the bottom floor. Now, as they're trying to re-push out, they don't want to do so. They already have their engineer. They're going to try to keep this dream alive. 2 up right now. It is up to the side of Cat to do anything, Eki.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Cat in this position a couple times today, and earlier They seemed like they were perfectly fine with it, but now it seems that they're struggling a little bit, and I'm wondering, maybe it's because it's been a minute since they played Snake Water. Maybe they're just having some comms issues. Maybe they're just struggling more against Diddle. All of these things are options. It could be multiple of these things. It could be one of these things. It could be all of these things that are, mounting up against them. But at this current point, it's even Ubers. They have a very easy solution to this. They can take their soldiers and spam the gun through lower. They're going to opt for the top right route instead, and it works nonetheless. That gun is down, so now's the opportunity for them to try and send their sack. But it doesn't look like they're going to be... Oh, never mind. I stand corrected. Smile is in, isn't able to get the second rocket off, but he doesn't need to as the fear pop comes out from Yasad. And now the full retreat from the players out of lobby. The Uber is fading for Yasad, and now is the time. The wave is on for the side of Cat to try and take this into their last, but I feel they may be a little bit more cautious, a little bit extra caution getting posted up here, especially now that they've lost on Lennon. Wait a minute, there's a big bomb coming in. The Force comes out. Legos gets the Force, a beautiful bomb. Finnegan goes in, but is taken down by S, not quite able to find any picks. Massive play by Legos to secure his team. A nice foothold on last. Sentry goes down.
Oh,
my
goes down
as well, though. Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious, that was crazy. Oh my goodness. That was... Nah, he had the moon shoes on. Call him bloody the way he be surfing that thing. Goodness. We are still seeing two add for the side of Triple D. Now, at this point in time, if they want to take it, they kind of have to be a little bit more proactive with it. They have to be proactive. They have to be quick if it's something they're trying to absolutely use. But the way that they're posted right now, I believe what they're going to try to do is most likely try to just play the reset instead of trying to push out the last 40 seconds left. You're winning the mids. There's no reason why you can't just go ahead and try for the little reset. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, if you're winning the mids, that's kind of what matters the most, I think, on Snake Water, because Snake Water, I think you said this earlier, it's like Gully, where you can kind of just like mid to last it, or otherwise it just stalemates like indefinitely. And I feel like we're seeing the indefinite, stalemate kind of deal here. And there is 12 seconds left on the clock. Smile is able to find a pick on a fruit punch, and now that Uber is going to get popped out from both sides. They're trying to fight out through the right door, but the body block is just too much. They cannot get through the doorway. But wait a minute, there's 3 players now. There's a little bit of cap time. There's a little bit of overtime in their way, and the Assad goes down. The last man standing, and Cat is able to creep their way in. They wait till the last second, quite literally, to get into last, to get the cap time on, and to convert the round. But a win is a win nonetheless, and with 9:43 and counting left on the clock, we move on to the next round, where Cat only trails by a single round.
That went ahead and put themselves on the board. That's definitely great. Now, what's going to be even better is if they can start winning some mids, which they find a formula for that, and I will truly believe that this is comeback capable, as we're seeing both soldiers, well, actually one soldier with a fade bomb and no one else with a commit. But one thing that's interesting is actual Smile on his class, the opposition class, the sniper class, the class that's been getting them kills for the entirety. Fruit Punch going to be one of the first to die. He's just chilling in Catwalk. He said, let me go ahead and pull this out. We need to put ourselves on the board. Lego getting a trade out for their demo in a nice trade, but ultimately losing multiple in the process, turning this into a 2v4. And they have a sniper. You really can't fight that. Shaw is forced in the position to where he has to fight, ultimately loses his life, but Yasad manages to get out with 86%, which is still a little bit slight ad, but now it's pretty much going to be even. Now, they did manage to get that mid. I am now in full capability that, but no one sees the sniper window, and you lose your demo man. While we're still seeing Mr. Smiley Face himself make some room, make some way. Now, oh my goodness, not even getting
Smiley Man peeking low. He headshot somebody. I believe he headshot the soldier, but it's not enough. The scout can't land the shot. Save your medic, my brother. Or just use. You gotta be willing to pop there if you think your scout isn't gonna save you. I guess they had a little bit too much trust, and their scout just whiffed the shot. Now we have S caught on second, trying to take the fight with Master Chief. Does win it, but ends up getting traded out. So this is not this is not looking good for the side of Cat right now at all. This definitely looks really, really rough for them. They've got Smile up on Sniper, who seemingly has active camo on even after they take their first shot. It does take them a unnecessarily long time to try and locate the sniper, but oh, it doesn't matter! Oh my god! Oh my god. Smile gets the pick onto Yasad. Now it looks like Cat, if they can keep their medicine friend alive and maintain that ad, don't let Fruit Punch get in. There we go. Does get in, but does get taken down. And now we have Legos getting in through Cheese. Instantly gets spotted, blown up within a frame of peeking around that corner. Now we have a possible push that could happen out of second.
What's really interesting about this too is that we've basically have gotten into this territory where now Smile is just pretty much going to keep playing Sniper because it's getting him kills and he's not getting punished for it. And as long as he feels he's in a world where he's not getting heavily punished for it, he's going to keep doing it because it gets results. They managed to get the Uber at mid. They're most likely going to lose 2 for it. And, you know, that might be fine and dandy, but if you lose 3, you just can't even hold this point anymore. And at this point, it's just Fruit Punch on your side, which Fruit Punch is doing his best to go ahead and get out, which he does manage to do. They ultimately managed to get out, but now there's so much pressure that they, as a team, Cat can do. Yasad's going to go ahead and reside right in the spawn. Fruit Punch going to live with 85 HP, and they are terrorizing the point right now. And what the slight mistake is, they went ahead and committed too much, and Yasad gets picked for it, as well as Smiley Face. So ad is going to be in favor of Cat once more as we start to slowly but surely see the lights of Triple D push into second. They push in knowing that they have no ad whatsoever. And one thing that is looking to be a problem is that I don't know, you all probably can't see it from the audience, but this server is a serve me and they cannot extend it. It actually will end in like 8 minutes, but like just win in 8 minutes. You got it.
That's true. I mean, they only have 5 minutes left in match time, so it is possible that they could get the remaining 3 or, you know, possibly remaining 4 rounds if Cat decides to lock in like Smile does here to find Legos. And they're also going to be able to find Shaw a nice 3-man collapse onto that scout. It is Uber ad here, 50%, well, more like 55 for the moment, but that'll slowly dwindle down to 50, and they use that Uber. They're going to be coming in through the left side. They're going to be getting into the doorway. There's not a lot of people there to stop them. Halfway capped. The soldiers do bomb in. One soldier on top of the point. Both soldiers on the low ground here. Couple stickies, well located, could take them down, but they have no demo, so they don't have that option. Soldier with the skill stick out. They get a lot of good damage. The last man standing is shot with 41 HP, and they're not going to be able to maintain the pressure. It's 2-2 on Snakewater as the score is all tied up. Cat has finally managed to find their footing, I do believe.
This could be the dub. Remember, this is a best out of 3. This is not a best out of 5. This is a best out of 3, which means that if we see the likes of not Triple D, but if we see Cat win this, they take it home. They got bracket advantage. They take this home if they win it. 4 minutes left on the clock, 7 minutes till the server ends. So we're about to go ahead and see exactly what's going to go ahead and happen. Mid goes ahead, Lego dies, Smiles dead as well. They know there's a sniper at mid. No med either. They don't want to go ahead and deal with this in any way, shape, form, or capacity. Master Chief and S are going to go ahead and get traded up as well. It's a 2v2 with a med being in favor of Team Triple D. Now Unled is just taking this fight by himself, leaving, oh my god, with 9 HP. But Y1, Yebrao looks like he wants to go ahead and take this initial fight, but Shaw with the beam says, I fear nothing. I fear no man. Nah, but that thing, it don't scare me. Alongside that, and we're looking at 70% ad. Really, if you're being nitpicky, like 60, but we're looking at massive ad here, Eki. And the way that this has been going, they won the mid. They've been pretty aggressive. We're already going to go, oh, but Unled, unaccounted for. And then in capacity, but can't get the last rocket right on your sound. In absolute insanity as we're looking at it here, ladies and gentlemen. But I will say, oh my goodness, wait a second, oh my goodness, this is This is actually insanity. Just as we're looking at it through and through, we're still looking at a situation to where they still have full ad pushing into it. Now, what's going to be really, really interesting here is that both teams have Uber. It is even on the side of both teams as we're looking through it right now. We are looking still at an off class for the side of, we're still looking at an off class for the side of Team Cat. They have a sniper, they have an engineer. We know that Smiles can hit a shot. We saw in the last several games. The engineer makes a head. The engineer solidifies that it's hard to go ahead and push within this last because they have to break down the gun to get this Uber, or they have to break out the gun to get any kind of sack or anything along that line. Smiley Face is actually playing a little bit aggressive in terms. Actually, nah. He's positioned actually pretty well from the way I'm looking at it. And Demo dead his traps as well, too. So it's all about trying to break the sentry gun and seeing exactly from what we can get from it. But it is what it is, I'd say. I would argue that. Ooh, wait a second. I thought I saw a spy. I was like, are we truly gonna see spy? And the server will also
handsome man, but
we need a handsome man. We need a handsome man. I
need a hero. Man. I need a hero to come and save me from this snake water.
I need a hero to come and save us from the snake water gameplay. Snake water. This is
wait a minute. What? Oh. Clicked with nobody in there.
They still think it's Uber. They still think it's Uber.
Yeah, I guess they still think it's Uber. They have no idea. I'm sure they can hear the scout building as they take a lobby, but that has to be that's a generational misplay there. That could come to bite them very, very hard here in just a couple moments. But it does look like they will be able to get that Uber back online, and it won't matter very much. That's just unfortunate. I guess we all have fat finger moments. It happens. Sometimes you misclick, but
the fact that no one got headphones to hear that build. Oh, and both soldiers went ahead and bombed in. They didn't really get anything from the bombs, but I want to see if they're going to go ahead and stand their ground. Now, if we see that happening, but we actually look like we're seeing a demo trade. But the thing about trading is that the other team also kind of has to use the Uber, which they end up doing. And it looks like Yasad is going to actually get chased down by the enemy scout. That's going to be S with Fruit Punch and Shah trying to do everything in their power to do something with it. But at this point in time, it is now officially overtime. Both teams have 2 points. And again, this is a best of 3 with an upper bracket advantage. If we see Cat win this, they take the grand finals and they go home. However, if we see Triple D triple lock it down, and I ain't talking DDD again, we could see another map of their choosing. Now, from what we're seeing, that we see Smiley on Sniper, and we actually see Master Chief trying to lock down this lower by his lonesome, but he ends up dying for, which, if you're trying to hold down this mid or trying to slow down any type of pacing, that's not what you want to see with your demo being dead. But we actually do see the medic drop, and Smiley Face is still picking up kills left and right. Shah trying to go ahead and keep everybody off his medic, but the thing about that is you gotta be with your medic to keep people off your medic. You dig it? We're seeing some we're seeing mid actually get picked up as well, Eki, and oh my god, Smiley Face is getting aggressive.
Smiley Face is peeking. He is spotted by Master Chief, gets taken down, and honestly, I think at this point these guys are just thinking that this kind of doesn't matter because the server is about to reset itself. Essentially, the server is about to shut down. It's not about to shut down. Actually, I think it might be shutting down because it does say the reservation will just end. It is reserved by somebody else, and I think now the reservation has actually ended. I'm not sure if this is a pause or if the reservation has ended, but given the timing, I would have to guess that it's a server end. And yeah, there's a connection problem. So this is the server reservation has ended. So given the current situation, it's 25 Uber ad, 1 player advantage for Cat, and they have mid. So there are a couple ways that these guys could go about it. They could either agree to just completely reset it and replay it as is, or they could gentleman's it and get everything in the same state as it was when they were, when the server ended up shutting down. So I guess it's up to them and also whatever the rules will have them do. But I personally would be partial to doing the gentleman's agreement, but I can also understand. I can also understand wanting to just restart it and have it all new mid, new me. But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when we get when we get the when we get our new Connect information.
Yeah, when we get locked in, and you know what I'm saying, when we get locked in again and locked in again and locked in again, basically we're gonna be locked in. That's what we're trying to tell you. That's what we're trying to absolutely tell. We're gonna be locked in. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, gentleman's agreement. I personally am the same way. I'm all in favor of just trying to run a gentleman's agreement and ideally just go from there. But it is what it is. We do know that if anything, if they don't do the gentleman's agreement, what they probably would do, if I had to assume, is probably do the MP limit 1 and just kind of play out a mid and not have any kind of ad whatsoever. If that is the most likely of what I feel they will do.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, it makes sense whether they gentleman's it or whether they don't. Both of them make sense. They both have their merits. They both got their cons. If you gentleman's it like that, who's to say that, it doesn't just give Cat the ability to steamroll their way through and then get to last? But who's also to say that they couldn't have just done that beforehand? I don't know, but it seems that the ruling has been settled. The first to cap last on Snake wins map 1. So we're just going to do a regular old golden cap round. MP win limit 1. Don't have to worry about the time limit, and this will decide how it goes, because I mean, it was tied in overtime. It was 2-2. So this makes the most sense. It will end 3-2 no matter who caps last.
I can tell you right now that the way this is looking is, oh my goodness, the first cap of last. This could end two ways: map 2 or grand finalist Cat takes the game. But anything is possible. What we need to see, most of the mids have been in favor of Triple D. Anytime a soldier bomb or anything comes out, they've been able to go ahead and absorb it and take it as it is. When they play a slow mid, though, from Cat, when they play a slow mid and just kind of get whoever is the most extended player and work off that, it works just again how we saw in Sunshine. They work off of trying to get the one player, and then they try to bully a doorway, whether it's combo bullying the doorway or the flank goes and overwhelms. They try to do one of the two, and then the occasional optional effort kind of play and just walk in. Who cares? Walk in as a team, bully every door as you walk in. But if they can try to find something like that, that would be beneficial. If I had to take a guess how it's going to look, Smiley Face has kind of been playing sniper a couple of these mids. I wouldn't be surprised to see him again. However, I also would not be surprised if I saw him explode out of nowhere.
Yeah, I would not be surprised about any of that either. But I guess while we have downtime, you guys already know what I'm about to plug. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat, baby. Yes, sir. 2 winners, 2 unusuals, a blue unusual, and an orange red unusual. It's whatever color you want it to be, honestly. I think it's an orange, but somebody might call that red. Some people are crazy, man. You don't know. But this could be you. This could also be you. You could be either of these 2 handsome men with the free unusual floating over their head. If you don't like it, sell it and get something else. But exclamation point giveaway, and click the link to join. And it's 1 unusual per person. There's 2 winners, so just sign up. Even if you don't think you're gonna win, sign up anyway. You don't know. It's random chance. RNGs. This might bless you. You never know. You never know.
I can't believe it. I gotta go ahead and tell you right here, right now. You best go ahead and do that giveaway. And while you doing that giveaway, why don't you go ahead and check out the merch? Why don't you go ahead and check out the merch, man? Go ahead and get you a little Horse Run monthly hoodie, man. Go ahead, the premium good, the quality good, the hoodie feel hoodie. Like you think we just do this for fun? You think we just I mean we do, but like you think we just do this for fun? We ain't doing it for fun. We doing it till we get it done. Can you dig it? Go ahead and get some merch. Andy will personally sign it and give you a kiss on the forehead. Maybe even a kiss on the. I ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you might get some love, man. Just go ahead and send out some love though. Like, cause you know, this is a horse.
If you buy enough money worth of merchandise, Connie will hand sign it with golden ink. He will hand deliver it to you. And he'll give you a high five when he shows up at your door.
Wait,
that's what's gonna happen.
Facts.
Maybe and you can request, if you don't like high fives, you can request to have it changed to a fist bump.
Wait, also facts. That's facts.
Right.
I will say, they're getting a new server as we're speaking, so we're just kind of chilling at this point. Connie might have to put Scrandle on the screen.
Ooh, that's a classic right there. We do that at Fireside all the time.
I just got recently into it, and I gotta say, I'm hating some people over it, man. I play the game, and I'm like, oh yeah, this food, no one's buying this. Nah, bro. Everyone chooses the worst food. It'll be like a fish, a pickle on. It'll be awful, man. It'll be awful.
Dude, I swear, I saw there was one day where I had to choose between the most beautiful burger I had ever seen. There were like 3 patties of beef on it, 2 beautiful buns with sesame seeds on it. They look so beautifully toasted. Perfect amount of ketchup, perfect amount of mustard, perfect amount of sauce, onion. It had bacon on it. And that was what made everybody just look away from it. That is what made everybody choose the other food option, which, get this, was literally just mushy peas. Yeah, it was only mushy peas. I don't understand how people eat that shit. I like peas on their own, right? I think it's good. I think peas are fine. But you make it mushy. Oh my!
Mushy peas.
Come on, they're not meant to be mushy.
Mushy peas are the worst, bro. Mushy peas are the absolute worst, bro.
That's just not. It just ain't right. It's just not right to be eating mushy peas.
It just ain't right. I mean, if you eating mushy peas in 2025, you might need to log off, man. Respectfully,
I'm gonna have to hop off the internet for a little bit. Visit your local Chinese restaurant. See what you're supposed to do with peas. See what you're supposed to do with that food. See how it's supposed to taste in a good meal, a good filling meal. You get all the leftovers, reheat it. I'm not just saying that because I want Chinese food. I mean, I am, but hey.
I'm not saying it because I don't want it, but I really do though. But you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you didn't hear that from me though. You didn't hear that from me,
Oh wait, does that? Ooh, wait. You might be right though. You might be right though. I'd say oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Maybe have Connect. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I've been in Connect this entire time. This is craziness. But it looks like at least for this issue, currently, also for communication purposes, we production and the staffing team. Fusion between the teams that are going ahead and getting this solved momentarily as we're doing it. But I will say, listen, this is just a snake water curse. If they weren't playing snake water, this wouldn't have happened. Just saying.
Wait, that's true. Actually, that is the most true statement I think I've heard all day today. I think that's the most true statement I ever heard from anybody ever. If they weren't on snake water, if they were on product or something, we would not be in this situation right now. We would not be having to work around a golden cap or something. We would just be chilling. We would have been done 30 minutes ago. I would have been off to take a nap. Bro, low key, I'm so tired. The fatigue from like all the stuff I was doing earlier today has hit me like a freight train. I'm trying to thug it out, but oh my goodness gracious me.
Your ankle hurts. You're trying.
Yeah, my shin hurts, my hand hurts, my head hurts. I'm tired. I want to go take a nap. I got to go do a demo review for somebody later tonight. I'm at an hour of sleep, but shoot, if I got to cast the game, I got to cast the game.
Nah, this ain't no nap for you, bro. It's 8:06, bro. This is bedtime. This ain't
my bedtime ain't till like 3 a.m. Oh God, it ain't.
What the brother, man, looking kind of crazy. I don't know about
it's the joys of being unemployed, man. It's the joys of being unemployed. I can stay up till 3 a.m. all I want. Now, when I get a job, I'm gonna regret that because I'm gonna have to change my sleep schedule in like a day. But hey, I got melatonin and stuff. That's what that's for, help you get to sleep when you can't.
Wait, also real. Wait, that's real. That real as heck, man. That real as heck. Going about it, I will say what's interesting is the more I look at, how would I put this? The more I'm ideally looking at something like this in terms of like gameplay and more, I think both teams are playing phenomenal TF2. Someone just linked their Facebook in the chat. This is I'm not even going to go to that link, but someone just linked their Facebook. That was interesting.
They did link their Facebook.
They just linked their
Facebook.
I wouldn't even go Facebook. I wouldn't even go on Facebook. It's looking that might be evil.
Facebook.com right there.
Facebook.com right there. I'd say both teams are playing really good, which is interesting. I think what's going to be detrimental though, or what's going to be really important is how each team is going to adapt at a mid. I honestly expect two things. I expect someone to go on the offensive, and historically, from how we've seen at these mids, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see Team Cat kind of play the mid with the upper bracket advantage. However, though,
Okay. All right. We just got some great news from our lovely production and staffing crew. We are going to be playing Snakewater. We are going to get this game underway real soon. And like we talked about earlier, first person to cap last wins. The score is tied. It's 2-2. Basically, treat what you're about to see as if it was infinite overtime right now. And it's just a new mid. The round's stalemated. That's what's going to happen. That is what is going to happen here. All right? We are going to be playing the final round of Snakewater relatively.
You know how that go. But the way we see it,
hey, if it's necessary, I got it on my own. If you gotta get that Highlander, hey, I understand the grind.
Solo, Dolo, Zach, Eki. That actually is a beautiful cast. Solo, Eki. Oh my goodness.
I've done it before. It's kind of hard, actually.
Dude, it is so.
You have to try and balance the like analyzing everything and doing the play-by-play. I'm not a great analyst or anything, so it's I don't know. It's just kind of awkward. But if it really comes down to it, I can solo the remainder of the cast, the remaining map or maps or something like that. Or if it really come down to it, I could ask someone to ping in the Fireside Discord to help me out and see if I can get you a fill-in for the remaining mats. If and you feel like you got to commit to the Highlander.
I I promised this dude a week in advance. I would bait, but when it comes to that, I can't even do all that. I can't even do all that. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But I will say, it is going to be interesting to see exactly what kind of play that kind of pulls up. I will say, if we go to the next map, we go to the next map. However, if Cat goes up, it might just be a one and done. It might just be a one and done. But that's if they can win the mid. The mids have been the mids have been very dominant for Red Team. They've been absolutely. They've been phenomenal. They've been
phenomenal. They've been the best mids I've ever seen. I've ever laid eyes on. They've been the greatest mids. Only the best from this Horse Run Monthly, August 2025. The greatest. It's been beautiful. It's been huge.
It's been huge. As currently we're stepping aside and we're currently seeing both teams play. Remember, this is a best of 3. This is potentially anybody's game. Where if Cat wins, they take the dub and they take the medal, the $500. However, if they don't, this could be a rubber dub for Team Red. Eki, go ahead and take us in.
Of course, and on this mid we see a beautiful exchange of spam. There's nothing crazy really going on, but we're I've been asked by the production for no more funny voice, but we're going into this mid. It looks like it's gonna be a Cat dub. There's a lot of damage coming out from that side, and there's 3 picks down already as we try to get this golden cap under. And Cat is able to get this mid. Oh, clear the stickies, my brother! Oh my goodness!
Oh my! Nah, they want this dub. They want this dub so bad.
They want it so bad.
They had no sniper. They said what's gonna be effective is if you go soldier, and they're trying to fight this second. They want to take a demo exchange. A demo man exchange in my Team Fortress with the soldier on bats and no one sees, and he gets flashed and he takes height, and when no one sees us, oh, no one sees the soldier! Oh, no one saw the soldier on bats, and they're just going to last, but they didn't even cap second. They're just behind. Oh, there's a scout and the demo behind the demo is making some noise. Oh, all kinds of noise. And the post just comes in and the gate. Oh, and we're just throwing people back left and right, trying to keep our meta alive. Demo, oh, kills your son. Oh, and we see damage on the vet. Shaw comes in with a 3K, puts the Uber ad back in the position of the big medic right on the side. And we are already changing maps. We didn't get to see exactly what goes on, but I assume because the map is changing that we actually didn't see Cat win, and that was
I mean, I guess we can pull up the logs to see what happened.
Yeah, I mean that was
so it does look like Cat won. I have the log right here where it says 1-0. I don't know if this is official. Our production is trying to get it from the horse's mouth. No pun intended. But okay, it does sound like the Cats have won. So the map score right now is 1-0. The Cat is up in map. They just have to get one more round, or not one more round, but one more map, and they walk away with $300 to split amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. And Diddle will walk away with what they get, 150 or something like that. So they get quite a bit of money regardless of however they place, but obviously, they're both going to be fighting tooth and nail for that 300 clams, because $300 is a lot of money.
They're doing exactly what they have to do what they do to get it done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They do what they have to do to get it done, because if they don't get it done, then it's not all good. And when it's not all good, how can it be good all the time? Can you dig it? Oh, my goodness. And we're on Sunshine. We are seeing they're the same maps.
I love us. I love Sunshine.
I love
As
Sunshine.
much as I love Sunshine, I've seen a bit too much Sunshine today. I mean,
Nah,
I get why they play it. It's a familiar map, but I
hey,
can't imagine playing this much Sunshine in one day. I would melt. I would like explode in my chair.
if you feel pretty, I mean, hey, listen, if you feel pretty dominant if you feel pretty dominant, you gotta do what you gotta do if you feel pretty dominant. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel pretty
Mm,
dominant in this way, shape, or form, then anything else that you do, you just make it work in any way, shape, form, any possibility. Because when you make it work in every single possibility, you make it work in every way. But I can
mm.
tell you right now, we did see an upset earlier from the side of Cat. They did get an upset onto Sat. Can the same thing be done, or will it be a repeat? Will we see another head to head just kind of come out of nowhere? Which, if it happens, I'll be excited to see it. If not, ooh, it'll be it'll be a catastrophe. But that's all depending on how the
Mm.
game plays. It all depends how we're gonna see it from here.
Yeah, it does all depend on how it's gonna play out from here. And obviously, I did put a little on Cat playing fair winning this one. I did put a decent amount of money, and by money I mean channel points. I did put quite a few channel points on this one. I went all in. I put almost all 13,000. I say almost all 13,000 because I didn't have quite 13,000, but I was almost there. I put in almost 13,000 channel points in there. So number one, I'm hoping they win because I want my channel points, but also the fatigue is hitting. I want to be able to go lay down for a little bit. I want to be able to finish the pizza. You know what I mean? Get me some drink. I got water with me, but I want me a nice cold Pepsi. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I need to get me maybe some root beer too, or
Mm.
not even two. Maybe just some root beer instead. I'm looking to have a good night. Get me a nap, get a little nap in, wake up, do the demo review, then go right back to bed, pass out for the night.
Do what you gotta do, pass out how you gotta pass out. You know what I'm saying? I will say that coming into it is Sunshine, and Sunshine's not as fast. It's not the goalie wash where you really can't just kind of roll it in and take it from there. You really have to kind of play it pretty. You have to respect a lot of Sunshine. You kind of have to respect some momentum depending on how it goes. That's why we saw Sat 6 actually lose, because in a lot of cases they had great momentum, and they were putting it in directions so where they were putting that momentum in a direction to where they were converting rounds for sure. But what ultimately got them the L is that a lot when it came to the counter aggression, and when it came to people not dying, the one person who was supposed to die turned into three, and it with anytime a three-piece happened, the demo was just caught in any way, shape, or form, which just let anyone else just kind of plug it in, walk it in, and go from there. We are currently seeing Triple D ready up, where it looks like, just kidding, they unreadied up. Someone might have to use the bathroom. But from how
Mm.
you're seeing it displayed right here and now, is we see good momentum from both teams. Both teams are pretty even, going ahead and just playing it straightforward. Now, what's going to be really interesting to see if they can stop it is we have to see, at least for the side of Triple D, the aggression can't be mismanaged, and we have to see these teams not only convert their kills in ways that will keep that momentum and not stop any progress they have. But if a flank player dies, if they get overwhelmed or more, they have to really prioritize a lot on these death balls. If they can prioritize these death balls and play together, especially in situations where we know the flank's going to lose, then most of the time they pretty much can kind of get the job done. Now, again, heavily dependent, heavily situational. So I might be just talking out of my gourd here, but respectfully, it can be done. It can be done.
Mm.
Both of these teams can basically just take it all from here. So I'm excited to see how it will kind of come afoot. Now, I will say, how would I put this? What is your expectations? Who do you think will win this?
Realistically speaking, I still think it's going to be the Cats because we've seen they struggled a little bit on Snake Water. My faith did waver a little bit on Snake Water because they had taken a good while to actually find their footing and make sure they had everything down to a science. But they figured it out. They figured, they found out what they were doing wrong. They improved on it, and it got them the win. It got them the win on Snakewater. And I think that by far and large, well, maybe not by far, but it is decently evident that the Cats have really strong players, and I think they are stronger than the ones on the side of Diddle. But I mean, we're going into this mid. There's a little bit of cap time already, and a lot of good damage coming out. Master Chief is dead. There's no demo alive for the side of Diddle, and Legos actually manages to find Unled. Yibrow trades out Fruit Punch for it and also finds Legos. So now it's 2 down on this mid. They're looking to find maybe another, and that's exactly what they're going to be able to do. They're going to be able to find Finn, and now they don't know about Yasad being here. What an arrow to save their scout, but I don't think it's going to matter. They actually, wait, the scout lives. No way.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Absolute insanity on the field, my boy. Absolute insanity on the field. As we're currently looking at, we're actually looking at, oh my goodness, just as I'm saying that right now, we're actually looking at slight, if anything, Fruit Punch going ahead and dime within this Uber Aggression as well. So the Uber Aggression is good, and we're actually losing a good chunk of players on the side of Red, on the side of Triple D. But just as I say that, we're actually losing 3 on the side of Cat because certain picks from certain players are just well put in suit. And now it is a 3v. It is now different in its entirety. Every single step of the way there. Now this demo trying to take this fight with Fruit is just essentially trying to get.
They live.
They live. Fruit did not want to get a great. Hey, it's you catch a 2-pipe and you are Finn, bro. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect it.
Hey, you gotta. I mean, they paced themselves. They didn't chase. They were still trying to. They were tailing him. They were getting some good damage, and they did get up in his face for a minute, but they realized, he might be a little too far gone for them to comfortably be able to chase and then get back safely. So they respected it. They respected the demo, and I also think this is a different demo from the last game we played, unless they have just aliased differently. I'm not sure, but either way, 2 players down for the side of Diddle, and now we are waiting for them to push in, and Finn has just died in Blue Valley. Now Master Chief is trying to pressure Bell, but they don't have any stickies placed down. They're playing pipes only at this point. They're not reloading. The Uber gets popped. They do land a nice cross map pipe. Now they're using their stickies, but they have to jump away. The counter pop comes out from the side of Cat as they do get forced, I do believe. And now it looks like Smile wanted to go forward, but realized his medic was not there with them. They weren't following behind, and this is probably the longest mid-fight ever, I would think, because we have not left this point in a good minute. That is a bomb from Smile. Isn't going to get anything, but Yibrow trades it out by finding Legos. It's a soldier-for-soldier trade, and now we have Diddle backing up. S goes down, tries to get a little too aggressive, and pays the price for it. And now we may be seeing Cats try to back out here.
That was some nice aggression. Definitely was a nice back and forth, a nice leapfrog coming from the side of both teams, being able to trade players honestly left and right, kind of put them in a position to where they basically are just trading territories, which is something that you want to see, especially coming from a team that's basically going from leapfrog to leapfrog to leapfrog to leapfrog. And now, as it looks to be, we actually see Smiley Face getting aggressive on the Yasab, but isn't going to finish that kill. But Legos did get traded out, which we are looking at more Toto, who all might get chased in the dungeon if his team can't save him, which he lives with 80 HP, and he's slower, and he definitely would have turned into a pick like like Y1 actually just got turned into, with now no scouts and no NG on last. A sack out of the side of Double D or Triple D could honestly be massive. You get in through a sack, you get in through a door, you're not going to get punished by this gun, which the combo is bullying through left. No backpacks from any side. We do see more Toto go ahead and lock down the right door, but no soldier or anyone else coming out. I thought we were going to see some kind of counter immediately, but now we see Y1 on heavy, but no gun in play as of yet.
Yeah, there is no sentry, which is interesting to say the least. Honestly, I would really expect them to have a sentry up right now. It's evens. There's no way that Diddle tries to take some kind of exchange here. They're only going to be ripping sacks. So it makes a lot of sense to try and get the sentry up. You don't need to build because you already have the Uber, so there's no real need to have S up on Scout. You can have the heavy, you can have the NG at the same time. It's pretty good having a heavy and an NG at the same time. But I guess they are just choosing to not go for the second off class, and I think they're relying on Yabrow's tracking rather to be good enough to where they're not going to need that sentry. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that shakes out for him, as Finn did go in for their sack and did get taken down for it. Didn't find anything really, just a little bit of damage, but it was nothing significant, nothing to get a fear pop or anything. Oh, and now we have Yibrow up on NG. We also have Unled up on Spy, interestingly enough.
Now, I think this might actually be the first Spy that we see tonight, unless I'm crazy. Just kidding.
Oh, I think he's just off class checking.
Oh, I wanted to see the Spy and
a tragedy. The defensive Spy. Love to see it when it comes out, but with the sentry in play now, it is in front of the point, a pretty strong spot, looking to deny anyone who decides to peek in through left, looking at it from the red perspective. But honestly, I don't think we're going to see red get aggressive enough for it to really matter. And also, Finn is playing the handsome man. I've got to get up on his cam, as it looks like he's going to be coming in through Valley, disguised as an enemy scout. Getting that cloak in, he is making his way to lower lobby, spotting for that info, trying to let his team know as much as he possibly can. You know, I see the medic, he's under bridge, I see the dispenser, I see the sentry, it's all here, I see it, I tell you I do. Now he's looking right. I mean, he's just playing Comm Spy right now, which all info is good at this point. 1:15 left on the round timer till it goes to a stalemate. Ooh, and they have a pyro. They are anticipating the spy. Either they're anticipating the spy, or maybe they're thinking they'll air blast some players away, but they do a bunch of spy checking, and they swap off a pyro almost immediately. And now the spy is in, the gun is sapped, the gun is down, the soldiers are in, they're going for their sack attempt, but they're nowhere near the medic. Oh my god! Oh my god, what a pipe!
Lord.
What a pipe! What a pipe! Oh my goodness.
My lord.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe my eyes right now.
And they managed to get the Force 2, which is really important. They only lose one for it, and the Master Chief actually gets blasted away from stickies that almost would have killed him, but no soldiers in play. They're going to have one respawner. It is up to honestly, if Triple D really wanted to, they can't go ahead and bully through a door, which exactly is what they're doing. No soldiers can bomb point. As long as they stuff this demo, they can go ahead and do it, but the soldier did come on and get that point, but they are going to go ahead.
They stepped off the point.
They're gonna get the cap.
You can't step off of the point there. You cannot step off of the point. You got to stay on it. That's the only way you prevent it from getting capped. At least have somebody on it. Your demo can be back and throw some stickies at it and, you know, prevent them from getting on. But you got to have someone on that point, especially when they too are on it. But unfortunately, Cats was not able to have that happen. So now we have to move on to the next mid to score 0-1 in favor of Diddle. And looking at this here, it looks like we're just going to have a regular old rotational mid. Each team is in the other team's choke, and that's a nice bomb coming in from Finn to get a little bit of aggression, a little bit of damage. Now another nice bomb coming in from Unled, but isn't able to find anything. And another bomb coming forward from Smile, actually, who gets some good damage. Ibra was able to pick up a kill onto Shot after some damage onto him from S. So it looks like both teams are going to lose one here. Finn going in for the bomb from the point, tries to thread the needle and get in through the middle of the point, but is unsuccessful. Will get taken down by Yibrow, and this is looking like a very, very scrappy fight, a very long mid fight as well. Soldier in tower, drops down to lower, bombs up to the shack. The Uber comes out from both teams now. Soldier bombing in to try and do some pressure, but Legos is going to get taken down for it. And now Unled finds Fruit Punch and Valley. And this is a lot of kills going the way of Cats. Mortoto finds Yasad. And this is looking like it's probably going to be a mid win and potentially even a push into second for free for Cats.
What's really going to be interesting here is that even though they managed to get the aggression, at least in this case, they managed. Oh, excuse me. They managed to get the aggression. They managed to go ahead and win that mid. It was very dominant. They have Ad to work with this as too. What's really going to be important here is that if they can try to get in second without having to drop or die or anything along that line, if they don't have to trade kills, because and actually that's a beautiful opener with Shaw and Master Chief actually going ahead and dying with it's unfortunate Unlet died as well, but Fruit Punch was another person that was made into a victim going into it, which now everyone pretty much has to leave. Lego 18 HP and is now Dolphin and Yasad that now have to leave, and it is full Ad pushing into last. Now, despite having a majority of the respawn is back, Lego is going to be there a little bit late. This Uber, I mean, they don't even have to use Uber yet. Uber does come out, and now this should just be a kill Uber. Don't even have to worry about the point. Just go ahead and collect kills as fast and quick as possible, which is exactly what they're doing. Anyone who just stands on the point gets turned into a ninja smoothie maker and just gets blended or food processed in any way, shape, or form, which puts it at a 1-1 now even. Putting the gas and gas pedal. They know exactly what they need to do, brother man.
Yeah, it seems like it takes Cats a round that they have to drop before they can find their footing and comfortably start doing things to the other team. And I mean, with that previous round, that just looked like a good display from them. They played it out well. They executed their last push perfectly. They executed their second push perfectly. They executed their mid fight as best as they could. It was very scrappy, but they made it work. They did what they could with what they had, and a beautiful sticky from Mortoto to find Yasad. And now with the blue medic stuck inside of the choke, it's all up to the team to try and defend them. But the blue medic is so weak, their scout abandons them and lets Shaw get right up in their face for the kill. And now Finn has to take the fight with the scout, goes for the jump, is on 9 HP, hits the Hail Mary rocket into his face and finds the kill. And that will be a mid-win for Diddle. I mean, I guess it's a spiritual mid-win, as we're probably going to be seeing a refight for the point.
Oh, just as we're saying it too, this is what you want to see. This is the absolute devastation you want to see. All types of kills, all types of thrills, all the time, 24/7, whatever you want to really put it on, and whatever aspect. Master Chief actually is going to go ahead and get picked up by Smiley on Sniper, and you know he's a fearsome force when he's on Sniper, especially on this map too, with honestly a lot of spam actually being tossed over that way as well, and it's going to actually have to pressure the likes of everyone from Team Triple D out of mid, despite, you know, the Ubers being pretty close. Despite all that, the spam and the Sniper, they don't even want to test it. Their demo can't hold down any doors, and they're just going to get mid for free walking in here.
Yeah, and after the very long mid fight, because mid was not at all capped during that until just now, finally the second point is open for Cats to push into. So they have a pretty good window to try and make things happen here. Not the best, but they have a window to try and have something occur. And I think what they're going to do now, they've just dropped 2 players on the side of Cats, especially Smile and Unled dying. They're going to have to peel back. They're going to have to peel back as best as they possibly can. Finn finds Yibrow as a pick here, and that is probably going to spell the end of trying to have any hope of being in mid for Cats.
Oh, just as we're seeing it too, you know, it's actually looking quite interesting that both teams are still looking at Uber. They managed to lose Y1, but what's really going to be imperative coming, I feel like I've said that word a lot tonight. I feel like what's going to be imperative coming into it is if you are attacking on the side of, on the side of Triple D, you definitely want to try to use your resources while they don't have a gun. Now, they try to throw Thofin, but they try to also throw him through one of the worst doors while everyone is pretty much just looking at that door. Understandable. I get it. It happens. cards. They trade Unled for it, which now is going to put both teams pretty much at a similar situation. Guns being moved. They don't throw an off time off of hearing that, but typically you got to have some perked up ears to be able to hear that. But along that line, I will say that for the majority, we are going to see some interesting stuff. Some interesting stuff kind of unfolding here, though, especially because there's no spy, there's no off classes yet. Aside from the engineer, they want to go ahead and try to brute force this with all 6/6 classes.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame them for trying to go for the good old-fashioned brute force, but they do have to play this carefully. Even if it is a brute force, you still have to have some kind of caution behind it. I mean, they do need to try and take care of that sentry. That is the main obstacle. If they don't get rid of it, it's going to make trying to get in much more difficult. Now, they do finally get the sentry. It does go down, but immediately the rebuild begins. The dispenser starts to go up, and they need to resup to be able to get that sentry back online. Mortoto is able to find Legos, so this does make it much more difficult for Diddle to actually push forward and get into Cat's Last. They're going to have to wait, especially now that Shaw is dead. They're actually out onto their own second. They can't maintain that lobby pressure anymore. So this is just looking like it's going to turn into a classic Sunshine stalemate, as I believe we have just had... We're having Jamon to step out. We're going to have him swap, or we're going to have somebody swap in for him. So it'll just be me over the airwaves for a little bit, but it isn't looking like it's going to be very easy. Even if Diddle is able to get the sentry gun taken down, it's not looking like it's going to be the easiest thing to do for them to try and get into last. I mean, obviously it's the Ubers are even, so it seems, it's almost impossible. But I do think there is an option for these. Okay, apparently Smile is just able to jump in front of the doorway and pick up a kill onto Finn. Finn is able to get a pick onto Smile, and everybody say hello to my new caster for the evening, Row. All right. Hello. And we do have 2 picks on the side of Diddle. So there were 2 players down there waiting for one to roll out from the spawn. I do believe Logos is still down. So this is probably just going to be a round reset. Obviously, you hope for something more entertaining, but there is an Uber pop from the side of Diddle. They're very far back, though they're not really going to be able to get anything. Mortoto is able to dodge and weave the stickies, but the hit scan is something you can't dodge. That sentry is still up, gets taken down very late. 1 player down for both teams. 20 seconds left in the round as we move on to this. Smile goes in, gets a lot of good damage onto Master Chief, but gets taken down anyway. There's a lot of cap time. The Uber gets popped from the side of Cats, and they don't stand on the point. They lose the round from not standing on the point. I think this is like the 3rd C9 we've seen today where people just don't pay attention to the point. They're too focused on chasing down kills.
You were calling this a Sunshine stalemate. No, you got to make it happen and just rush that point, secure the win. What's happening at this next mid, Moses?
Well, I hopefully Cats will be able to roll out quick enough. We have seen them today. They have struggled a little bit with their rollouts on Sunshine in particular. And I think they struggled a little bit on Snakewater earlier today as well, but they walked away from Snakewater with the win. And now, very early on, we're going to be seeing Legos try and bomb there. The whole team is actually going to end up in Blue Valley. It looked like it was just going to be a standard rotational mid where they just kept rotating until somebody decided to push forward. But S going to find Finn and Legos. No soldiers alive for the side of Diddle. And now with Shaw dead, S is going to be pushing the pedal to the metal, taking down Master Chief. And now with 2 players alive, it's just Yasad and Fruit Punch inside of Blue Valley. And they're kind of getting pet here. Smile is in behind them, gets a nice rocket onto Yasad, and the best thing that you can hope for at this current situation is try to get Yasad to either use behind you or get the drop. Maybe find the kill onto the scout if you can, but S and Unled are both dead. Legos is dead as well, and now it's the Blue Med on the run in stark contrast to what we had just seen moments ago. This is a complete 180.
And we see this scout is just finishing up that cap while the medic and scout are just making their escape, or sorry, the demo. Blue team Cats playing with fire, no longer in the position they want to be in. And yeah, just Mortoto playing that close angle to make sure that they can keep eyes on whether there's coming alley or not. They do hear the call and start to wrap right around, getting a little bit more attention and focus fire, but the soldiers just a little bit too weak here on the edge here, both just walking forward. And the Uber is forced through, getting a lot of aggression through, just rocketing to that shutter, trying to make some connections here. Medic getting disconnected, and Mortoto retreating all the way back, not even being able to help at this lobby at the moment, with scouts just punching through. It's Fruit Punch right there, doing some great work.
Yeah, I mean, Fruit Punch has definitely done a lot of great things for their team, definitely making a lot of space, doing a lot of pushing for them, and that is actually quite the opposite of what I just explained. Fruit Punch got sectioned off and forced under bridge, and did get cleaned up by S. I get the hiccups while I'm trying to talk here. This is mighty inconvenient, but we do have Cats able to push out onto second, and it does look like they evade being capped and sent to map 3 for the time being, at the very least. But time will tell if they're able to maintain that. We have seen them struggle quite a bit today, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Oh, smiley face, trying to make that happen there, getting onto the medic, but the team is playing a tight defense around this medic, just slowly edging their way into this platform area on the lighthouse. It was just completely uncontested. That one sack attempt just got them the Uber to play defense, so Cats playing with fire going to be a little bit more comfortable, at least holding down this last. But the numbers advantage is high enough. They're able to just walk forward. There's not enough forward momentum to hold back this aggression, and a lot of kills going to the hands of the red demo man, playing very close and very patient in the back lines. Has to back out with the medic, but the scout is rotated onto the point because they're stickies. They're baiting the cap. Oh, but the demo man, Mortoto. Oh, but the death. And
wait a minute, Master Chief.
No.
Ooh. Not quite able to get the back cap, but that was scary. We've seen Cats, not pay attention to the point as much as they should be quite a few times. So there was a real thought in my mind that Master Chief could get away with making that cap. There was a real thought in my mind he could get away with that. But thankfully for the Cats fans, myself included, that is not the case. Thankfully, my channel points are safe for now. But whew, it's me.
Ooh, demo a little overextended, and a couple of soldier damage coming through. Somehow Mortoto survives after getting basically flatlined into the air with some crazy rockets. Another rocket in the air, surfs safely onto the Tetris, and the medic is going to get these arrows out. These scouts and demo are just so good at holding back these really good bombs coming out from Cats, but it's not quite enough. Shaw also holding down on the sidelines here in Cafe, now rotating back to the midpoint, play closer to this Tetris, and the respawning soldiers are going to definitely keep this away. There's no way Cats can push forward now. They have to retreat and just find out what they can do moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, even with the pick onto Fruit Punch there was just nothing they could really do. They don't have the ability to push forward, so they're going to have to play it back. They're going to have to play on their own second, and they're only down one round, so it's not the end of the world. It was like this on Snakewater, and they tied it up toward the end of the game to make it 2-2. So I have faith in Cats. They don't really care about winning by big numbers, but that's a big force coming in from Finn. A nice bomb to land right on the medic's head and get that force. So this puts Cats in a really, really poor position to try and fight out the rest of the game. But Legos is able to find the pick onto Smile, and it looks like for a time they almost wanted to chase, but they decided against it, and they just got a headshot ball onto Legos, who's just AFK on bats, waiting for an arrow or something, I presume. But someone tossed my man a lemon. Oh my goodness!
Not the medicine you're looking for.
That just happened.
And that's just the kind of push they need to make their way forward. Oh, really good catch out onto Thofin, the soldier. So now Red, the Doodle team, is posted up in the cafe, trying to make their escape through the choke, but that would be very dangerous right now, very precarious, especially with a half-health soldier holding down the front line, ready to jump in, try and get onto the medic. Good first 2 rockets, not going to be enough, but does get the force. Yak got a little bit of, just a tiny bit too scared of all the follow-up damage, getting down to the 30 HP. And now, with that very rough Uber forced, they are trying to make their way forward, getting some nice cleanups for what was a disastrous force. Very useful for the Cats, but not going to be working in their favor because now, or I should say Doodle, now Doodle is just crumbling at this momentum. And the respawns are still coming up, though. This mid-cap needs to finish.
Yeah, we need the mid cap to finish here, and it looks like they're just gonna stack it. They're just gonna try and get it as fast as possible, deny any players if at all possible, and they will be able to deny Finn here. Does look like Legos tried to go a little bit deep, a little too deep, all things considered, but they are sitting with ads. So as long as he goes back with his team, and that's exactly what he's doing, he can go as far into mid as he wants. He gets up onto Tetris, and this just forces Cats to heal back. But this does give them enough time to get their Uber back, and yet again, Smile doing the signature Smile play on Sniper, finds the pick on a Master Chief in Valley. Now the med coming through. They are beelining it for Smile. They do not want him around. He is public enemy number 1 in this lobby, seemingly, and we have the chase on. It is on through choke. Mortoto finds the pick onto Yasad. Now Yearbound finds the pick onto, I believe that was Finn. Now Fruit Punch dies to Mortoto on a 4-kill streak with just the pipes. This is brutal for the side of Diddle as they are looking to back away. They have to regroup on second. They may even have to regroup on last with Yasad just spawning. They're at 50% disad. They may lose the round here if Cats can make a fast enough push. That's a good bomb from Unled. Oh my goodness, he finds 2. He finds a 2-for-1.
Oh, and the demo bomb wasn't even close to effective. Yak was just unfazed the entire time. But what's really disturbing right now is Smiley Face stayed on Sniper, walked the whole way from the first forward spawn, and now they're getting ready for an Uber push, and they have a Sniper. But you've got the Cozy Camper, and you've got steady aim. You can definitely make some heads roll and work really nicely around any of these angles so that their Uber happens, and they can start getting these pick-off attacks. Here's the first Sniper around the corner. Going to be a little dangerous. They're losing their advantage with every second. They need to go now. Finally, Uber pops through the right side.
On the Sniper,
take it away
to get them open that space to take that Uber. I mean, they needed to take that way sooner and try to get onto Yasad as... Oh my God! The pick, and he gets another! This man can't be stopped! He gets a third! Oh my God! Smile with the 3K to take down the B with 98% Uber to take down, I believe, a scout, and then also the demo, I think, or it might have been another scout. I couldn't even keep track, but he finds 3 to net his team the win. I guess I was wrong about him relying too much on the Sniper.
I mean, if it works, it works. And my goodness, they're not giving up. They are not going to yield. Smiley Face has had enough with these rocket jumps and bombs going nowhere. It's time to send the bombs straight through the bullets and send them right into the head of Yasad, who's just in the sight line of this choke. And there's the shot onto the medic. Oh! The scout gets taken down, the Iron Bomber clears out the medic, and now this red rotation, Doodle trying to take control of Cafe from the rebound. Not going to work in their favor, though, because Unled has a nice, juicy buff and can start closing in on these players who are desperate to make anything happen, get some kind of ground, but no, not even an ounce of strength could get to that medic.
Yeah, there was nothing that was going to break through that death ball there. And Shaw tries to get through, goes down, and it is looking less and less like it will be a Diddle victory as the Cats slowly creep toward walking away with a grand finals victory in a 2-map win. It's not going to be a clean sweep, but it's going to be a win nonetheless. And I think that's all the Cats care about. All they care about is making sure it is a win. Now, what I don't... Okay, they are going to rip this. I figured they may have waited till it might have evened out, tried to take the round when the limit got reduced, but they're going to try and take it here and now. Maybe they're just going to try and get the Uber out of the equation so they can get one of their own. Yerbao is up on the Pudis, the post-Uber Pudis. Young Led finds one as well. Mortoto is dead. There is no demo alive for the side of the Cats, but I don't think it matters. There's only 2 players alive. They could set up some kind of spawn camp if they really wanted to. They're trying to play around the cap, not cap it as early as they possibly can, but with 40 seconds left in the round, it does look like Cats playing Free Fire are going to set the score to 3-2. So round limit will be reduced to 4 in this next round, and we will have to see them get one more round to walk away with the grand finals. For all intents and purposes, it's already infinite overtime. It is already match point.
And with an early rollout, with a nice healthy amount of HP, Mortoto gets some early shots here onto the shacks, throws the players over to the enemy, their respective Tetris, but no one is supporting the sniper, so this is just easy pickings, I would expect. They finally take out the sniper. They've once again shacked up inside of this enemy cafe and are heading right into the fray once again from all angles, catching out these stragglers. S unled, everyone is crumbling, and Mortoto and an air shot to boot. Lego's Nut going to do a great job of securing a 4K.
Yeah, and this is definitely not the round you want to have happen, especially after a very important round win like that. Hopefully the Cats can bounce back from it, but Lego's Nut there with a very nice display on that mid, and now the Cats are sitting on full Uber disad. They're just going to pop it in. They're going to take the one-person Uber. They don't really need to do anything special with it. Smile goes down in the doorway. The sentry goes down before it's even built. Mortoto is still alive, though, getting some stickies put on the point, but does get sectioned off. A nice surf, actually. This may be winnable. 3 players down. Mortoto finds one. Unled dies, but not before taking down Finn. Shaw goes down as well as S is able to find a pick. So the Cats are actually able to hold on off a botched push from Diddle. This is I said it wasn't going their way just a couple moments ago, but seems like it might be turning around a little bit.
Meanwhile, Smile still getting these shots off. Master Chief said enough of that. Bombs in, gets the 2 pipes. Going to be trying and holding back a couple of the attention of the players behind. Cats has to decide between the players in front and the players behind because a demo can be a threat. He saw it even getting a nice arrow kill on the enemy medic. But now it's really anyone's game at this point. There's so many players, so many different directions. The scout crumbles, and Yesod follows right behind. Cats holding on to this aggression and able to stabilize.
And this is one of those things where you can just leave your scout. Well, actually, you shouldn't leave your scout because you want to deny as many people as possible. But Unled just got a little too aggressive and went too far deep into mid, got taken down for it. Smile is still up on the sniper. This is pretty much his signature. I'm sure if we look at the log for this game after it's done, the sniper is going to be the boldened class logo because I think he's played more sniper than scout in this game at this point. I'm not sure, but I could just be mixing up all of the games that we've seen him play in today because we've seen him quite a bit. There's a high bomb coming in from Finn. Does manage to find Smile, but Mortoto and S find their own picks as well. Yesod goes down yet again after the blue med dies. So this is it's still not looking great for the side of Diddle as they lose all of their players. It's a 6-man for the beam, and Yesod will spawn with nobody to heal for 3 seconds after the Cats medic does, which it's not going to be terrible. It's not going to be a terrible amount of disad, but when you're in a situation like this, you can't afford any form of disad, really. You don't want there to be anything that could screw you over like this.
And once again, these angles played by the smiley face, holding back the demo from playing any far forward inside of that lobby. Just still keeping eyes on that shutter. Might grab someone. Anyone just waiting very patiently. Mortoto also a little bit too focused on the right side because all of the action in the lobby is coming in this upper area, nowhere near the sight line that Master Chief currently has locked in. And there's the lower dungeon coming through his smiley face, trying to get this crazy angle on the Thofin. Does not connect, though. But the threat is there, and Master Chief takes a ton of damage. Not doing a great job of... the snipe from below! Excellent job.
Yeah, this is we've seen Smile be able to land these crazy thread the needle shots quite a few times on this cast, and I mean, I don't think it gets any less crazy each time it happens. I mean, I think honestly it gets even more crazy the longer it goes on because he just goes for crazier and crazier shots. But the Ubers have evened out fully here. Both teams are at 100. There is a sentry set up, so they need to try and spam it down. They can listen for it. They know it's there, but they don't know it's on the left side of the point. If you look at it from the red perspective, Finn goes down, Smile with a beautiful shot. It isn't a headshot, but it doesn't need to be. Distributor, my game is in a foreign language, so dispenser down. That means you push. What a beautiful shot from Smile onto Shaw. That is a beautiful play right there. That's going to open up a little bit of a doorway. Sentry goes down. Ubers are still in play. Yasad is hiding by the wall here under bridge, still playing in a good position to avoid the sniper and avoid anyone really trying to stack into them. But Mortoto is able to find Legos, and now this could spell doom. This could spell disaster for the goodness gracious, I am stuttering over all my words today, but this could spell disaster for the side of Diddle. If they are not careful, they lose Master Chief.
An incredible resolve by Yesod was hit by a rocket and is in the face of another scout.
There's
still
4 dead,
refuses to pop.
5 dead.
Saves the
Yesod
Legos
is
nut.
the only one.
And we are at a single combo trying to fight against the world. The solemn vow.
They bomb forward. Yasad is 38 HP. Master Chief is the last one standing, and there's no one alive to prevent Cats playing Free Fire from winning the Horse Run Monthly Grand Finals on Sunshine in a 4-2 game.
Whew. And after a bit of a grinder, too, we saw 1-1 nearly after 20 minutes, only just now coming to a head and Cats finding their groove and licking the competition, taking the win.